Hola amigos. In today's video, we will be exposing my clothing wish list, and I'll kind of be discussing some of the things I've had saved over the last couple years. But on top of that, I kind of want to discuss why I set up a wish list the way I do, so you guys can maybe implement it as well, because it makes online shopping easier, it makes thrifting easier. Honestly, it just makes your life way easier. But enough with the rambling, let's go ahead and get into it. So as you can see, I've pulled up my notes tab, and I've had this thing for absolute ages, and I edit it all the time. And as you can see, I already have some things checked off of things that I've gotten over the years. And you'll go, okay, things that are very specific, like in the designer section, to home decor, to very vague white jeans, loose knit sweater, things like that. Now, before we get into some of the items I have in here and why I have them in here, I want to discuss why I set it up the way I do. So for me, the wish list started off when I would go to the thrift, and one of the biggest issues when you go into a thrift is you walk in there and you'll see thousands of clothes, right? And you think to yourself, oh my God, I'm sifting through thousands of items. I don't know if I can do this. There's too much here. So for me, having a wish list that I could take out my phone, right? And I could just pull it up, and I know, hey, for the day, I'm looking for wool pants, a tweed blazer, and gray denim. That's what I'm looking for. So anytime I would it was too much, I would just look at my phone and be like, oh yeah, these are the 3 things I'm looking for the day. And it makes thrifting so much easier. It doesn't feel as chaotic as it does. You just put in your earbuds and you just go on about your day. You've simplified the task. You're not buying things you don't need just because you're nervous of FOMO, of like, I don't know if I ever see this in thrifting again. You're not doing that as much. You're buying what you're actually looking for. But then on top of that, sometimes when I'm like watching something, like if I'm scrolling through TikTok or I see something that I like, I screenshot it and I'll like add it into my like Safari tabs, so that I can remind myself whenever I'm in my tabs, which, dude, if you see, there's hundreds of them in there. Whenever I'm in my tabs, I'll be like, oh yeah, it's that one item. So what I basically did was just added that to my clothing wish list. So anything that I searched up that I liked, or that I said to myself maybe down the line, because I mean, like, bro, take of leather flannel. I mean, some of the stuff, like, it's never gonna happen, but it's something that I want in there so that I can, kind of look for it. And same with home decor, just something where it's a whole different section, so that, if I'm thrifting or if I'm on eBay, I kind of can remember and plot some of these things that I have. Now that we've kind of discussed why I have this wish list set up in the way I do, as well as why I think it's important, to kind of have a wish list in this type of scenario, to limit, just buying things you don't need and not being scared about FOMO, but just, the fear of missing out, but rather just buying the things you specifically said you want. Let's discuss some of the items that I have in here. So we'll start from the bottom of the wish list and we'll work our way up. So starting off with home decor. Now, one of the things you'll see at the bottom of the list is the B&O 9000 CD player. This is something that I've wanted for a while now. I mean, it is a absolute masterpiece when it comes to design and technology. I've been really into, like I said in the past, collecting physical media. So I have my Sony CMT X100 that I thrifted for like $5, crazy, CD player that I use all the time. And I was thinking maybe I could upgrade to the B&O 9000. It has a 7 CD slot that it can exchange and go through, and you can pick whatever one you want to play. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous, man. Like, look at this thing. It's beautiful. Made in the 90s. Absolutely incredible. However, price is a scary thing, because as you can see on the official B&O website, $55,000. Why? Brother, I don't know. But on eBay, on the secondhand market, you do see them selling for like around $2,000. Even still, not a chance. Okay, not a chance. Even when they don't work, like, it's not happening. But I do absolutely love it. So I do have it as one of those things on my wish list to kind of just, kind of save. Something else that's kind of caught my eye recently is going to be these Pioneer HPM 100s, these like lucite, like clear speakers. You guys know my lamp. It's a 70s or it's an 80s lucite Matchbox car lamp that I've been rocking forever. I absolutely love that thing. So something like this just ticks all the bells for me. But once again, I don't know what it is. I guess I just have expensive taste. They're extremely rare to find and extremely expensive. So probably won't ever see one of these. Honestly, might just ask my dad, like, a little father-son project. Maybe we get some acrylic and we just try to create our own. I don't know. I don't even know if that's feasible, but that price tag scares me. But something like this, something a little bit more unique, something a little different, has been on my wish list. Sound quality, I don't know how it sounds, but it's interesting. And then a couple videos ago, of course, I talked about these Palmar, I don't know how you pronounce it, CD holders, which have these really unique designs where you can push these little levers and it pushes the CD out. Super sick, also super expensive for what it is, but it is so cool. So it's another thing on the home decor list that I've added that I just think it just would be so nice. I think for me now, with me getting up there in age, fellas, I think home decor has turned into my new hype beast, where it's like I'm buying stuff that I'm like, would that add something to my home? You know what I mean? And I think that's the next segment of my life, is investing more in home decor. And the last thing on my home decor list is, as cliche as it is, this Nelson cigar wall lamp is so nice. I mean, it is so nice. I really do love it. I think, like, especially like behind my bed here, like kind of like on either side of skateboard decks, which I'm gonna do a room tour video here soon, but I'm thinking about doing something on the wall there. I don't know if I want to do like artwork, like there, bro, I'm in the way. I don't know if I want to do like artwork here, or if I want to continue like the skateboard design here. Something has to be put on this wall, okay? Because at the moment, it's incredibly bland. So I need something there. And I feel like I need more lighting. My one lamp ain't doing enough. So I need more. So something like this, like, I feel like could be cool, like, come on, it could be cool. Price, not so cool. Home decor, man, it's so expensive. It's so expensive. Anyway, that's some of the highlights of the home decor section of my clothing wish list, as you can see. So let's move on to some of the more designer and specific items that are a little bit more odd, a little bit more niche. Now, as you can see, two of the designer items I have acquired. I have picked up my infinity stones of my clothing wish list. The YSL teddy jacket, which you can actually, where is it at? You can see right, dang. Bro, doing this with your camera is hard. Hey, there it is. You can see it right there. I have my YSL teddy. And then I do have my Miu Miu Spring Summer 21 knit jacket, which took me forever to get my hands on. But then you'll see right above it, a silver toothbrush. Dude, I don't know. I just thought it looked cool. Why would I want a silver plated toothbrush? I don't know. It would go down from my experience of toothbrushes. I have an electric toothbrush, but something about it just called my name. I thought it looked cool. So I added it to the wish list. Will I ever buy it? Probably not, but that's what the wish list is for, just to, put it on your radar, something to have there. And then of course, a couple more items. Common wear bag, that little sling bag they did. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. This bag right here, man, this bag is gorgeous. I love this thing. So I wanted this as well, but I've kind of gotten out of my not bag phase, but like I feel like I have a good rotation of like 3 or 4 bags, so I never pulled the trigger on this. But it is something that's definitely been on the radar, that I kind of look at. I'm like, I can see myself in that. I think it offers that like technical like vibe that I like mixing tech wear with like normal wear. I don't know how to phrase it. That I really do like. Speed running a couple more things. The MoMA Air Force Ones, I'll be real, Ken had them and it made me want them. Levi's Type 2 jacket. Realistically, when I say a Type 2 jacket, when I say that, I'm not saying like I directly want this one, you know what I mean? Like from Levi's. I'm more so meaning like any type of jacket that has this like a welt design in the front with 2 pockets on the sides. Like that's more so the version like this that I'm kind of talking about. Like not in particularly literally this version, just any jacket that is based around the Levi's Type 2, which I actually have one. A couple videos ago, I don't know if I can't remember if I did a short on this or a full video, but I did IG brands. Yes, that's what it was. The Mason Ryder denim jacket that he put out. This thing is basically what I'm talking about, like where it has the welt design, 2 pockets. This is that Levi's type 2 that I'm discussing. There, you get what I'm talking about. So honestly, with that being said, that should be marked off. Go ahead and click that off. We got that, we acquired that. Another ring, another stone has been added to the gauntlet. Next item is the Celine Zuma Leopard Wellesley jeans, which I saw these on the Real a while back, and I absolutely love these things. It reminds me of like old Dior, where they had like the different materials for the belt loops and like that section of the jeans. And I really do like this. I never was able to get it in my size. Celine denim has always kind of fit me a little weird, because you know your boy got a little bit thicker thighs, but I do like that leopard design print. It reminds me of my Prada belt that I have. A little bit of fur, a little bit of different texture. Big fan of this. And the price, ain't not bad for denim. So it's always been one of those that you keep your eye on, but you never really fully grab, you know what I mean? Now, an odder one that you guys are probably looking at and you're like, what is that? Spring Summer 99 Prada split sole loafers. These aren't even in my size. They're incredibly rare, but it is something that I just think looks cool. I think I have it more so here so that if I ever found the male equivalent of this, I could get it. These things, I don't know why. I like that design. I like that split right there for a loafer. And it's not like a tassel loafer or something like that. It's a much more basic, like normal loafer design. I just really like these, but they're extremely rare. So I kind of have it more so here as a thing that, like, for inspirational purposes, if I was to ever find something similar to that. Now, like I said, a lot of these items, I'm just gonna kind of skip over, because it's things that I'm not like truly on the like heavily searching for. They're things that I kind of want to remind myself of, because I don't know if I'll actually like ever really get my hands on it, or it's not something that's like instantly on my radar. So things like the nylon shorts or the Martin Rose X Nike Shocks, Bottega leather flannel, even like the brown ones or the Gap. But something I have been looking very heavily for is the Jill Sander and the Arc'teryx jacket. In particular, this white colorway, this white one, I mean, is absolutely stunning. I love that leather like upper on the hood there. Like, that is so nice. I absolutely love that. So if I was able to get my hands on this, I mean, that would be incredible as well. So, but that kind of concludes the very specific / designer section of my clothing wish list. So let's move on to things that I title as could be thrifted. And as you can see, a lot of the items here, I have done exactly that. I've thrifted a lot of this. And if it's something that's very specific, like when I'm out at the thrift and I don't know like what I mean by wool blazer, I give myself a Pinterest link to exactly what I'm talking about. I want something that's kind of oversized, something that's kind of like this twill design here that I could possibly, you know, get over the chest, you know, kind of move the button a little bit. So a lot of stuff that I have like I have there, I've told myself, hey, this is what I'm kind of looking for. So when I'm at the thrift and I'm like, what is this? I can like go to my pen and be like, oh, okay. So as you can see, a lot of stuff here, like a gray sweater, black trousers, baggy raw denim, stuff like that, I've got it. Like white jeans, I have found it at the thrift, boom. But there's some stuff like a wool pant, like I want a black 100% wool pant, haven't got it. A wool blazer like the one I showed off, have not got it. White leather jacket or like a leather hooded jacket, which if you guys don't know what I'm talking about something like this. I know I've talked about Aaron Studios in the past, but something like this, man, is killer. Like, I absolutely love it. Or even when I know our Legacy did one as well, but I mean, it's just so expensive. I mean, $1,200. But something like this is just so nice. I want something exactly like that. And like just a wool, like when I say, so for example, on the wish list, I discuss that I want a white leather jacket. And I know people think leather jacket and they think a very specific type of leather jacket. Like when you think of leather jacket, you're probably thinking of a biker leather jacket, which I'm not talking about. I'm not a big fan of these. Or you're thinking of like a classic like collared leather jacket, something similar to this. Not really my vibe. I haven't been able to really rock out with these as much. However, what I'm looking for is something much more in like the trucker leather jacket style, where it kind of reminds you of a denim jacket. It's just made of leather. To me, those are way more versatile of leather jackets. And then of course you can have like different variants of it. Like I'm looking for a white version of a jacket similar to this. I think something like that would absolutely kill. I think that's such a good look. So stuff like that, I feel like I could possibly thrift it, even if it requires a little bit of like online thrifting, like going to eBay and shopping around there, which if you guys haven't, go watch my online, I think online shopping guide video where I discussed how to use eBay properly. If you guys haven't seen that video, I'll like put it up in the link. I'll add it as a link in the description, as well as like a card that you can go click and watch. We kind of go into depth of how to online shop, but I think I can find something like this. So that's another thing that's on that wish list. And then like I said, in general, like I'm looking for a, you know, knit zip up cardigan, kind of similar to like stuff like this, like even like a hoodie variant like this one, or that white like beige zip up that I kind of showcased earlier where I attached the pin link to. I'm looking for something like that, but I also wanted something you can say a little bit more vague, a little bit more broad, like something like these Vuja gray baggy wide leg denim. I'm not saying I want the Vuja variant in particular, but something like this I feel like you could thrift just a wide leg pair of gray denim. I feel like that's pretty easy to come by at the thrift. So I've officially exposed what's on my clothing wish list. Some of the things I've had saved for a while, from things as home decor, something as odd as home decor, to something that I feel like could be easily thrifted, like sweaters and hoodies and blazers and leather jackets, and even things that are more niche and specific, like spring summer 99 Prada splits or loafers. You know, the wish list is kind of all over the place, but I hope this video explains how my brain works when it comes to categorizing and sifting through and saving different items that you deem as important to you when it comes to shopping. So it makes it easier to shop online, it makes it easier to go thrift, as well as save you some money, because you're avoiding the feeling of FOMO and the feeling of the fear of missing out, you know? So thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys want to see more videos like this, you know, let me know in the comments down below, as well as leave it a like. It really does help me out a lot. Thank you guys for 27,000 subscribers. That is crazy. Just last video I talked about us hitting 25k. Now we're at 27k. So you guys are helping me out a ton. I absolutely love you guys. But that's going to be it for me. I'll talk to you guys later. Adios, amigos.